it's an atmosphere being so deeply planted in nature that makes you question the way you're working, because nature gives you such a strong response about what composition actually is, what sound actually can be, and how we interpret space. There's a very strong reality to it. My work mostly takes place, or only takes place, in urban societies, urban situations, amongst also sound, lots of sound, industrial sound, stressful sounds that are part of urban lifestyle. Okay, I can't see them anymore. Mm-hmm. Unless I turn my head. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can play with that a lot. Like there is there, and here and there, and in. So your hand, your neck, your head has to be quite free.
A cabeça tem que estar livre.
Right, try.
Seria a mão.
As soon as you arrive here, your mind changes in how it is you make work. There's the sound of birds or the distance music I'm hearing now. It just changes your mind about how you work. For gathering people to then study something that's specific in like what I do is very specific, it takes that specificity and kind of opens it up, because you have to reflect where you are. In any situation I would get into, whether it be in China or in Korea or Switzerland, wherever I end up, I'm always put into a very kind of cold studio situation where there are walls, mirrors, and a wood floor. So, and a lot of the times they're quite institutionalized dance situations. This is so uninstitutionalized that everything that is specific about my work is questioned. So for me, that's been an important exercise, as I now will return to my base Amsterdam, then go to Prague, which will be in a very highly institutionalized situation, and teach with a memory of what this was. For those who come and gather around this work, it gives them an opportunity to be, most of all, I think, as Deducci said, a community, to take out of isolation all the different artists in Brazil and allow for them to come together and have meals together and discuss their work, whether or not it's centralized around what it is I'm offering them. It at least starts a discussion. I also find that having this time in the space, it begins with a great deal of kind of lecturing on my part, talking on my part, and eventually now has become, we get into the studio, no one says anything, and we begin our combination and work, and not much is said. That's a very good sign. It doesn't always arrive to that point when I do workshop, but it did here. We start the day with a lot of movement and no one talks about it. So I think it's important that a group of artists have a place like this to gather. I think it's important for an artist like myself, who's not from here, to come here and experience this nature and culture and people and take a position with these artists so that they can talk about something, about their work, eventually, but have this very narrow thing I'm doing. I believe a word like improvisation in relationship to any of the art forms, be it music, visual art, photography, theater, it's always a kind of misunderstood situation anyway. One can open into that door of improvisation with a lot of preconceived ideas. So probably what we accomplished here, and I say probably because it's so many people, you can't know what you accomplished with everyone individually. But I feel as a group we accomplished reorganizing how they enter into that door and meaning of a word like improvisation in relationship to their work. So the discipline happened, I think, a stronger discipline, even though we're in this nature, even though the mountains are surrounding us, even though it's very warm. A discipline came out of this work we did, reflective of what's around us, this nature. Actually, nature is very disciplined. And there's a misunderstanding about that as well, how that works. And I think that's part of the misunderstanding of improvisation.